Break 'em.
What's up, everybody? This is Robert Yang, and I wanted to talk about the Activia challenge and why you should not take the challenge. Now, if you look at the ingredients, one of the ingredients is obviously going to be the L. bulgaricus, thermophilus, and also bifidobacterium, which is basically a probiotic, which you need in your gut. So that's a good thing, but there are lots of bad things about this product and how it can actually cause GI distress, so which means basically stomach distress, gut issues. Now, the first thing you got to look at is this stuff is light. It's fat-free. So what that means is there's no fat in it. Now, the problem with that is that when you have no fat in it, this has lots more sugar, and that's going to cause your blood sugar to spike. And as I said before in one of my breakfast video clips, is that if you spike blood sugar, that is a stress in itself to the body. You do that enough, it causes more stress in the body, causes dysregulation of cortisol. That'll cause an immune response, thus causing more GI distress. Now, the sugar thing is an issue as well because it's fat-free. The only way that they can make it palatable and a good mouthfeel is to add more sugar. So they're adding fructose, and I talked about fructose before. Fructose does need insulin to get in the cells. You get fat very quickly. You also raise your triglycerides, which is one of the main problems with things like metabolic syndrome, diabetes, heart disease, cardiovascular disease. So it's really something you shouldn't be consuming. Now, the other thing with sugar is that we know that with sugar, okay, they have to add this to the product to give it more mouthfeel, but when you add more sugar, you're basically feeding all the bacteria, the parasites, yeast, fungi, candida, you name it. I test people on a daily basis, and there's always an overgrowth of bacteria or parasites or fungi, candida, whatever it is, and they love sugar. These critters love sugar. That's what they feed on. That's how they proliferate and grow. It's like putting gasoline on a fire. It just causes more growth. So it's something you shouldn't be consuming. Now, the other ingredients that will cause more GI distress are the artificial sweeteners. So there's 3 actually in this, not just 1, but 3. So you've got A-sulfate potassium, which is a known carcinogen, and it causes tumors in rats and so forth. The other thing is it has aspartame. 75%, almost 80% of the complaints about food additives are about aspartame. So, it's going to cause headaches, migraines. Again, it's going to be an inflammatory issue with the GI tract when you consume these artificial sweeteners. Now, the last sweetener is sucralose. So they've added A-sulfate potassium, aspartame, and then they've added sucralose. Now, sucralose, if you didn't know, they've done some studies on rats, and it actually has shown to decrease the gut flora, meaning you're taking the probiotic in the yogurt, but then also they're putting sucralose to sweeten it, and that actually decreases the gut flora. So my answer to the Activia challenge is do not do the Activia challenge. In the long run, you're going to have more problems. You're going to cause proliferation of the bacteria, parasites, candida, yeast, whatever you're having an issue with. So I hope this helped you understand why this is not a good product to use and how in the long term it will cause actually a detriment to your gastrointestinal tract.
Break 'em.